They are from Division 4. Firstly, let me introduce the captain of the Golden Grove Football Club, Todd Sheppard.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate. I've just got to, because she's a joint connection, just say hello again.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going very well. That went well. And the football director, Chris Shervin.
Is it
Morning.
Shenton?
Beautifully done.
Shevden.
Shenton.
Oh, so you've written it down. Any relation to the great Cameron Shen?
That's my son.
You are, g'day, Mr. Shent. You know I coached Cameron in summer?
Okay.
You didn't come watch him play Gaelic at all?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's the reason he got drafted, mate. I got him into a bit of form, and
Yeah.
I did not know that. I guess because it's written here, Shervin. It's hard to get good help.
I just copied what Hosey put down, so...
Yeah, Shent, what a star. He, we tried to get him out for the state. Oh, could go. Well, let's talk about Golden Grove, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Can't believe this is Shent's dad. Oh, wow, we. Anyway.
You'll be related to that Indian guy who pissed his pants.
We'll start with you, Toddy. Todd, first time on the show. Give us your football background from how you got from juniors to being Golden Grove captain.
No worries. Started juniors at Golden Grove under 11s and played there all my life until 2007, started playing A grade. First year we got relegated, and then the next year we went back up, so that was a good one. 2007 I was, got the AG Burt medal, and then went off to play for Central's under 19s, captained them for a year and didn't enjoy that too much, so came back to Golden Grove and been there ever since.
Why didn't you enjoy it at Centrals?
Oh, I suppose I didn't make too many friends there and sort of enjoyed Golden Grove really. Like,
A lot of mates there?
a lot of mates there all the way through juniors, and we've all sort of stuck together and sort of made Golden Grove as successful as what it is now. So just...
It's a good enough move.
Yeah, and started captaining the club last year under Mark Weaver.
Yep.
And then, again this year under Mitch. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Mitch, how you found Mitch this year?
Yeah, Mitch has been good. Like it's good to have him back in the club. Weaves is sort of mostly focused on the A grade, whereas Mitch sort of gets everybody involved and all the way from the under 18s to the A grade, and really good club coach.
He's had a lot of success over his coaching career.
Yeah, he's definitely a successful coach, and you can see why. He's passionate about the game and really enjoys being out there.
And tell me, this week, Scudsy, is he playing? He's finished his tribunal.
No, Shane Scuzz has got one
more to go.
Yeah, so he'll be
and
back.
And then you're going to put bricks in his hands to hold his hands down, so he keeps them to himself.
I don't think he threw any untoward punches or anything. I don't know about the suspension, but
he's a big fella, isn't he?
He is. He's a massive bloke.
Full forward, still playing full forward.
Still playing full forward. Still losing weight. Still kicking goals for us.
Excellent. And from a football director's point of view, you're pretty happy with where they are at the moment.
Yeah, we're very happy with the guys. We started really well in the early part of the season, and probably this is one year where we've had the most A grade injuries that we've had since I've been involved with the club, and to still be able to be in fourth spot and going to challenge for the, in the final round again. We're very proud of the guys, and happily there's a couple just coming back at the right time of the year, so that we want to do better than just challenge in the in the final series. We're keen to win.
Yep.
Can I just ask Mr. Shenton a couple of quick ones now? Apart from Mr. Shenton, that's right. Apart from having obviously tremendous seed in the old testicles and being able to produce brilliant footballers, tell us a little about your football background before you got to Golden Grove.
Well, I hail from the West, and we moved over in 1998, and I played most of my football in the Avon Football League over in WA, in country, in the Central Wheat Belt. My claim to fame is I played a reserves game for Perth in the Waffle, but once Cameron played his first reserve game, he'd beaten me, so it wasn't too hard. I've played probably about 30 odd games over in Golden Grove, but never picked on the team sheet, just to fill in.
Oh, okay.
My football career was over when I got here. I basically came into the club being part of the through the boys in their junior football, and then when they got into the senior, just helping in the administration of the club.
Where did you start with the club?
98. I moved to Adelaide in September 98, so 99 was our first year.
So that was the year John Economy was coaching?
Yeah, I was involved with John. I was his runner for a year or two, so we had a lot of...
Yeah, I did that as well.
Yep.
He's an interesting person to be a runner for.
Yeah. keeps you busy.
Yeah, sure did.
Hey, look, gentlemen, let's just, what we'll do, we'll go over last week's Division 4 results and we'll get you to comment on, well, the way they unfolded and whether they surprised you or what you can tell us about them. Alright, we'll start with Hectorville, 9 goals, 559, Scotch, 20 goals, 13, 133.
Predictable.
Yeah, not a surprise. Scotch are a quality side. We've played them a couple of times now. And yeah, Hectorville, I think they're hampered with injuries and they haven't been in much form lately, so not a surprise.
Struggling. Yeah.
Alright, next one was Greenacres, your old rivals of course, and you took care of them on the weekend on a special day. It was their Call to Arms Day, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, they
was
breast cancer.
Yep. Greenacres 13, 10, 88, Golden Grove 16, 12, 108.
Yeah, they put on a good show out there. You know, they had the pink Guernseys, and you know it was good to see the whole club participate in that. And yeah, but from the football point of view, you know, we went there with a job at mind. You know, there is a little bit of rivalry between Greenacres and Golden Grove, and you know, you know, it doesn't matter where you sit on the ladder. It's always a challenge, and you know. We had 3 early injuries, so the boys really had to stand up and fight it out and grind out a good win.
Next one is Pulteney 16-7-103. May well have extinguished the Bulldogs season. Plimpton 7-14-56.
Yeah, well, that one's a surprise. I thought Plimpton would have.
We all tipped Plimpton in here.
Yeah, I would have thought Plimpton would have beat Pulteney, even though we've struggled against Pulteney the few times that we've played them. But I thought, yeah, Plimpton would have, definitely rised above Pulteney to claim that 5th spot.
Yeah. Next one was Salisbury West 18-13-121, knocking off only Jets, only losing just their 2nd game of the year, 10-8-68.
Yeah, look, I mean, Unley have been the form side of the year, but Salisbury West, they've got a great group of young talent out there, and those guys, they run all day, and you know, we've been fortunate enough to beat them in the 2 games that we've played them this year, but they've certainly challenged us, and they are by no means an easy team to beat. So it was good, a good effort on their part, and well done.
Yeah, it was interesting that game to see Unley Jets go down. Troy wouldn't be terribly happy about that. But now that throws Pandora's for me, because I had Scotch playing Unley Jets in the grand final, and it could very well be Salisbury West. Yeah. So the 3 of them are going to fight it out. I think Unley Jets will be there.
Yeah, I think one thing, Salisbury West did beat Unley at Salisbury West. They're much stronger at home traditionally. I mean, I haven't seen them at home this year, but I would think they probably won't have a finals game at home this year, except maybe a first semi-final. So, yes. Next one, Para Hills 10-4-64, Elizabeth 19-11-125. Elizabeth finally recording an away win.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth had to win that one to fight off relegation. And, not a surprise. Para Hills have definitely struggled all year.
Yeah. They lost a lot of players, and it's the last away win for Elizabeth was a couple of weeks earlier when they beat Greenacres.
Oh, was it?
So, at Greenacres, it was at that game.
Did they? Was it you guys that beat Elizabeth by 20 goals or 30 goals at one point this year?
Yeah, we did that the first time we played them at home.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, look, with the medal count coming up and approaching round 18, you've had a good look at everyone. Give us some of your thoughts on who might win the medal, both from your team and other teams.
From our team, I think we've had an even spread. Maybe Nick Preston, our ruckman's probably been the form player this year. Throughout the other teams, I think it's going to come from maybe Pulteney. Ian Perry definitely dominates. You can definitely tell that he's a quality player, but other than that, you'd think there's a few Unley players that definitely get a few touches.
What about a roughie like Dan Cale from Scotch?
Dan Cale, the first time we played him, he struggled to kick goals, but he definitely presents well and gets a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's a roughie for me for the medal.
Yeah.
He's had a pretty good season, really.
He's pretty polite as well. It helps to be polite to the umpires. Yeah. But Perry's played in ruck pretty much all year this year, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He certainly, when Ian Perry's on, Pulteney are on.
Yeah.
So he makes a big difference to that side.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, you guys basically can't move today. You will finish in 4th before we go into this week's games. And Para Hills are visiting your home ground. And I just want to ask you: are you resting any players? Because it's a popular discussion today.
Well, the beauty of the game today is that for both sides, neither side can move. So certainly, we had one young fella that got a bit of a concussion last week, and so we're not going to take any chances with him, and he'll sit on the sidelines and come up fresh for next week. So, But no, we want to win today because going into finals in winning form is important to us. So I think pretty much everyone else who's available will be in the side today, and we'll be going out there focused on making sure that we win this week and are ready to take on whoever we meet next week, which is most likely going to be Pulteney.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be fair to say that the final 5 is pretty well set.
Oh, it is set,
in this one. Yeah.
It would take an extraordinary turn of events. It would take Elizabeth to beat Pulteney, and it would take Plimpton to beat Salisbury West by a large margin. So
can't see that. So.
Hey, let's get on to this week's game, shall we?
Greenacres and Scotch.
Well, yeah, and that one's at Theberton. So
it's a deal they did earlier in the year. Mark Johnson did with Jeff Hurd. The first game was a Greenacres game. They played there, and then the second one is a Scotch game. They're playing there. So
triple header as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. It's 2nd versus 8th. Of course, Scotch in 2nd place. They basically, the reward on the end of this for them, if they win, they get a home final. And the white picket fence is, we've talked about it all year. It's a great place to play your home games. They play it well, and
Greenacres. Where do they play there? They might decide to have a home final at Theberton.
At the Barton. Well, depending on how they play today, I guess.
I think they'll beat Greenacres.
Yeah, I'd suggest they'd be too strong for Greenacres with the likes of Cale and Thorpe up forward, and Hugo Twoppenny obviously running around, John O'Veal and the likes. Boys, can you see any different result here?
No, it's Scotch by plenty, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, it could be one of those games again because they need to win to make sure they get double chance. Once they get on top of Greenacres, their heads could drop a little bit for Greenacres, and
It was interesting. Greenacres advertising last week for a paid recruiting.
Yeah, is that $5,000
Todd, you might
as
get
well?
someone knocking on your door.
I'm sure you will get a call, Todd.
Pulteney and Elizabeth at Elizabeth, and I think Pulteney will win that pretty easy.
Yeah, again, Pulteney need to win just to make 100% sure that they play finals. A loss would really be dangerous for them, but you think either way they're playing finals, and they want to go in with the winning form. It seems to be the same names all the time that stand out, being Perry, Aish, Viney, and who's the other one?
Yeah.
Help me out, boys.
I'm not sure.
Harry Aish, Viney,
and I don't know, but they'll be too good anyway, Pulteney.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely too good.
Plimpton and Salisbury West. In a nutshell, I think it'll be Salisbury West. We'll cruise through pretty easy.
As Todd was just saying a minute ago, Plimpton had some real good form leading up to last week, and they had me believing they're coming from 0-5 or something to look like they're going to have a run at finals, and then they dropped off. So I'd suggest Salisbury West could be definitely the team today that will get the chocolates.
Yeah.
Salisbury West, yeah, not by much I wouldn't have thought, but yeah, definitely Salisbury West.
Yeah, it'd be a tight game, and Plimpton got a little bit to play for there, so that they'll be challenging. But I'd suggest
That's Plimpton, the running track.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I think Salisbury West, as you said earlier on, they've got a lot of young kids and they're runners and they'll run all day.
Yeah.
So Salisbury West, I think, will just be too good. Unley Jets and Hectorville, I think that'll be a lay down misère for Unley to win that.
Yeah, I
easy.
think Hectorville's
the finals.
at Unley as well. Hectorville's best chance of is if Troy Hall rests half their team, but I still think they'll have too much talent. Unley Jets a very, very young team as well, so I'm sure those young men will be keen to do their best to make sure they go into finals on a winning note, and after last week's shock loss, hopefully get things right. What do you think, boys?
Yeah, definitely Unley, and they get a week off next week, so they'll be
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so too. The match of the round though, but I think it's probably the budget's correct, the independent budget. 49 to 60 points win to Golden Grove over Para Hills. Para Hills this season's finished, and I think Golden Grove are now gearing up for finals, and I think they'll win that pretty easily.
Yeah, look, it's hard to talk it up, boys. I think Para Hills are bottom, you guys are fourth, you guys are finishing fourth, they're finishing bottom, as we've already discussed. I guess maybe, so I'll just go with a few. We all think Golden Grove are going to win. Who's going to go to you, do you think, Todd?
Who's
going to go to you?
I'm not sure. I think I'm playing on the back line today, so you're not sure.
And normally
That's
Ruck Grove, or?
I normally play in the centre, yeah, but yeah, just a bit of a change this week. I'm playing down back.
Although I think Mitch, as smart as he is, by half time, if the score is going the way we expect, he might rotate a few guys on the bench for a bit longer. Anyone that's got a little bit of soreness.
Yeah, I think we're running a few through the midfield that don't usually go through there, so that should be.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually had a chance to see you guys play firsthand. I've only watched some video highlights this year. Just run me through a few of your players, a brief description. A name I hear a lot is Dashiel Ravlich. Is he a forward line player?
Yep, he's a forward. Yeah, he's a gun. He kicks goals, takes marks. He's definitely one of our presenting forwards that gets us going forward. And if he's playing well, we're playing well.
Yep. Luke Chenoweth?
He's actually gone for the year. He did his knee, but he was in great form leading up to that. So that's a disappointing loss for us.
Yeah, and this is one we've had a bit of fun with over the year.
Go on.
James Kunt.
Jimmy.
It's a good way.
That's how it's said, isn't it?
Coon.
Oh.
Jimmy's actually hasn't played for a good part of the year. He actually did his knee as well early on. He's a three-time fairest and best for Golden Grove, and it's unfortunate that he bowed out early in the season. But so
he is certainly a name that we've seen a lot of over the years. And can I ask who's centre half back?
Scotty Peterson.
Scotty Peterson. He's going to have some big jobs come finals time.
Yeah, look, Scott's sort of, I'm not sure of his age, 29 or so. He's moved down to centre half back this year, and he's been a tower of strength down there. And his experience has enabled the younger guys. He's been able to marshal them, and with his brother Ads, who comes back into the side from injury today, they've really assisted our backline repel a lot of attacks. So but he gets called on to go into the ruck every now and again as well, and if we have any issues up there.
Yeah.
All right, the old Scuds will be happy to have a rest this week, and I think Rich will be happy about today's game because I think you'll win it. But Scudsy comes in nice and fresh for the finals, and be a very handy man to have there.
Definitely a big target up forward, and we play well when he's up there. It's easy target to kick to, and helps our crummers out. So
he's a massive bloke.
All right. Look, it's been great having you on the show today, guys. Is there anyone you want to thank at all?
Our key sponsors of the club are the Village Shopping Centre and the Golden Grove Tavern. So we appreciate their support. Clubs like ours can't operate without those sorts of guys getting behind us, and we really appreciate their support.
Yep. Yeah. And on your club, the last time I played at your club was 2001. I was as a visitor, obviously.
Just after the war.
Yeah, and I think we were in a shed at that point. How are developments and now? I haven't actually driven past it recently either. How's the club looking?
No, well, we've got our club rooms up and running now, and we've been in those. I think this is our third season, and next year we'll be having our second oval, which will be our main oval.
It's the top one, isn't it?
Which is the top one, which doesn't have a cricket pitch in it. Yep. So, we would expect it's probably going to be one of the best ovals in the league to play.
And water runoff from that, I know the current oval you got, there's that water off down the mound, it comes on the oval seepage. How do they counter that for the top one?
Well, the top one's actually on quite an angle, so you do run uphill from the One Tree Hill Road a bit, so it's going to run down that into the gully that sits over at the back there, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Now, this may end up being a stupid question, but last year I taught at Greenwith Primary School. Yep. Were you guys using that oval?
Greenwith is our second oval currently.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought so, yeah. No, because that's pretty nice oval, good nick and good size.
That's where we started. That's where we were based there out of a couple of ATCO huts for a good few years.
Oh, well, I have played there recently. I've kicked some
I remember going up there and watching a good friend of mine, Johnny Leckle, play. Yep. And he was playing for Golden Grove in those days. And Jono, gutsy footballer. But
played a game a few weeks back.
Did he?
We, because of the injuries that we've had within our upper echelons, there was about a dozen past players called back to the D grade to fill up the D grade a few weeks back, and John was one.
Gee, I know his son just got his black belt in Taekwondo. And that's
I'll tell you one thing that is good for your club though, having a D grade, being in Division 4, having a D grade obviously shows you've got a lot of depth, a lot of strength, and obviously some good juniors as well.
Yes, it's we unfortunately we did have to forfeit one game this year in the D grade, and we're not playing today because of one team folding. So it is getting more and more challenging to fill those D grades and that sort of thing. And our under 18s has been challenged a little bit with numbers this year as well. So we do ask all the anyone that's looking for a game of football. There's plenty of spots, and the Golden Grove Football Club is a young club, and it's a great family atmosphere. and we would welcome anyone that might want to come out and join us.
And the
Huge
club's-
number of juniors playing up there.
It's between 18 and 20 sides in our juniors as well.
Which I think the future looks fantastic for the club.
And the club going to have a busy September, hopefully for your sake, with the A's, B's and C's all playing finals. So, yeah, things looking all right. Last couple of questions for you, Mr. Shenton. Who do you bag for in the AFL currently?
I'm a West Coast Eagles fan,
Still?
coming from the WA. Obviously.
I nearly changed to St Kilda. I mean, I only go for Port, but I nearly changed to St Kilda when they drafted
I'll support St Kilda a little bit now, but probably more so if Cameron joins their main list and plays a couple of games.
Okay. Did Cameron ever tell you about the time where I sat the team down and said this is Cameron's last game because he's getting drafted to GWS in the first draft and he never got drafted? Probably my most embarrassing moment. There's been a few. Oh, God, I've made a dick of myself.
No, he didn't mention that.
Oh,
So he's on the rookie list for West Coast?
No, St Kilda.
St Kilda.
St Kilda.
Yeah, he plays each weekend with Sandringham in the VFL at the moment. Might as well say it. He played against Andrew Cracker last week and got a best on ground.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you can talk him up, mate.
Yeah.
I'll talk him up for the rest of the year. So, and that brings me to my final question. Saints now, I don't know if they're mathematically gone, but they're gone.
They're gone.
Do you reckon they'll give him a game this year?
Well, he
did all right in the trials.
because he's rookie listed, he can only be elevated if there's a long-term
Ah,
injury. So no, probably not.
That
And the
sucks.
chance that there will be a long-term injury with the big fella last night, I reckon you're going to collapse lung and internal bleeding.
Who's that?
The big ruckman
Stanley.
for Stanley. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he got a shocker last night. Yeah, oxygen and
That's not
hospital.
good.
They recommended, they said the doctor probably a collapsed lung and maybe some internal bleeding.
Well, that's
So
shocking.
that'll be the rest of the season gone for him, you would think.
Yeah, well, I wish him all the best, but I hope
But
Cam
they
can
are
get
gone.
a game. So,
They're
yeah.
gone for the year, but it'll be smart to throw a young lad in there, see how he goes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
think a few will go, including Godden. Goddard, sorry, not Godden.
Billy Godden.
Yeah,
He's retired.
Billy Godden.
Boys, look, thank you very much for being on the show. We're going to have to get on to our musical break and our next guest. We wish you all the best today and good luck in the finals.
No problems at all. Thanks for
Thanks,
having
guys.
us.
Thanks, guys.